Hello and welcome to the post-race show. My name is Kriya Gangia and joining me is Ernest Page from the beautiful city of PE.
Beautiful indeed, and the racing itself was beautiful too. And we're going to jump straight into round 3 of the SAGT to see exactly what happened.
All the way through practice, the times tumbled lower and lower, till Arnold Neveling set the fastest time of 56.995 to snatch pole ahead of Michael Steven by half a second. Aldo Scribante suffered mechanical problems in his Lambo, so chairman and founder Isak Spies stepped aside so the local favourite could compete along Steven in the McLaren. Aranjis bolted away from the chasing pack and built up a significant lead over a high-speed train of cars headed by Michael Steven. As the pro drivers jostled, it was Dane Angel who managed to sneak by thanks to his sister Pro-Am Ferrari, causing some confusion onto the main straight. Aldo Scribante then decided to dive into the pits for an early stop. Into clear air, he leapfrogged his rivals and managed to stay ahead of Dane Angel and VW Works driver Daniel Rowe. When Steven pitted and Aldo Scribante took over, Angel, in spite of running with 75 kilograms of success ballast, surged into third as Aldo got to grips with his unfamiliar McLaren, having had just one sighting lap on the way to the grid. Marcel Angel drove a solid race, having not competed for 2 years, claiming 5th ahead of Rowe and Aldo Scribante, putting him first in the Pro-Am class. It didn't come easy though, with the Aldo Angel and Marius Jackson running nose to tail for multiple laps, until Marius spun his Audi R8, a new car he's still getting to grips with. Jackson's woes elevated Hein Lateghan's BBR Racing Porsche into 7th place, having started from the back of the grid due to mechanical issues in qualifying. Sun Moodley arrived with a shiny new Mercedes AMG GT, this front-engine monster different to the rear-engine Porsches he's used to. In the end, it was Aranjis who took the checkered flag, 26 seconds ahead of Silvio, who managed to pip the hard-charging Dane Angel.
A strong performance from Aranjis and Neveling as they came up with those top honours.
And Aldo Scribante said he felt like a lady of the night, jumping in his 3rd car for the weekend.
Yes, now as we prepared for round 4, that means a success ballast of 75 kilograms were given to Aranjis and Neveling.
The race 2 grid is formed from drivers' fastest lap times in race 1, so Neveling, taking the first stint, lined up on pole, followed by the rest of the grid. Aldo Scribante swapped driving partners and was now partnered with Darren Goodmans, himself no stranger to fast rear-wheel drive race cars. With fuel spilling out of Marcel Angel's car, the pace car peeled into the pits, but it was Neveling who put the Stradale Audi into the lead, but not without some resistance from Aldo Scribante. Dane Angel started muscling his way past early, and he would continue to do so throughout the race. 20 minutes into the hour-long race, Steven and Silvio made the slightest of contact, sending Silvio into the dirt. Dane Angel tried as he might, couldn't get past Steven's McLaren, who was suffering a slow puncture thanks to his earlier altercation. And it proved a masterful move as Dane dipped into the pits early to try for the undercut. Jackson, Marcel, Angel and Goodmans had a huge fight over the opening 20 laps of the race before Angel got ahead of the MJR Audi. The pit stops turned the lead fight on its head. Dane Angel set the pace and ended up ahead of Neveling Aranji's Audi to take first place. Aldo Scribante came home 3rd ahead of Steven, Marcel Angel and the Aldo Scribante Goodmans Lambo.
Yeah, I think the effect was smaller than everybody thought. I think it was purely a case of our other competitors just finding pace out of the blue, you know. But I'm quite proud with what we did. You know, I think we had a solid stint. The pit stop was really good. When Charles got in the car, he put in a massive stint as well. So I think from our side, we really gave it our all. There wasn't more to give from our side. The time showed that our pace is really good. Fortunately for me, I had the fresh tyres, which gave me the opportunity to push for such a good time. But again, it just showed that you know, the whole package this weekend was really strong, really good. Yeah, absolutely. I think we make a good team. You know, we really work well together. You know, no issues, and we really motivate each other. You know, keeping each other sharp and pushing each other to the absolute limit.
It's the dream start for us. I mean, we missed the first round, but yeah, luckily with this championship, we having able to be throwing way around. So yeah, we're right in it now. So no, we're happy with that. Yeah, look, there's always pressure on us. I think we are the measure of the whole field. We've always got a target on our back. It doesn't matter when, where. So you know, having won the championship last year, obviously the target is squarely on our back. And I think me and Ari this year, we have a formidable package. It's you know, I'm the first to say I'm not always the quickest, but you know, it's fun to have Ari with me and we being able to push each other. You know, I think in a way I'm making him quicker, just like he's making me quicker. So you know, end of the day, we push each other and it's good. It's it makes for fun on the track as well. You know, bringing in younger, fresher faces. So that's Stradale's aim. The tyre degradation is crazy there. So, you know, I think it's going to be to get the car not to possibly be the fastest, but to be the fastest towards the end of a race, to look after the tyres. We luckily have a good package in that regard. Obviously up at the Highveld, the normal aspirated dies, really, it's bad. So we'll have to see what the BOP guys gives us. Hopefully they help us a bit there. But yeah, you know, more than that, we're hardened competitors. You'll always hopefully see us in the front, but that's where we want to be.
Yeah, we've had an absolutely fantastic day. You know, the team worked and they ran the cars faultlessly. So big kudos to them. They did a fantastic job. I think Dane to win the pro section was fantastic, and yeah, I mean, for us to get a double win, if you want to call it, in the second race of the day, was fantastic. Very happy. The next race, Dane will be carrying the 75 kilos ballast. I'll also be carrying ballast in the next race as well. But I mean, that's one of the reasons why it gets mixed up quite a bit. You know, when we don't always have the same winner all the time, and that is the whole purpose of the balance of performance. So it seems to be working pretty well. Personally, I think it's too much. I think the weights are too much, but you know, that's something we'll discuss and hopefully try and sort out in the near future. Pekisa is a great circuit. It's an international standard track. I love Pekisa. It's long, it's flowing, it's super fast. So I think it'll suit the cars very much. I'm hoping that they up the tire quantity, because Pekisa is very heavy on rubber. So I mean, I must be honest, I doubt we'll make 1 hour on a set of tires. You know, the circuit's just too rough for that. So hopefully they can up the allocation of tires for that event. Otherwise, in my opinion, it may get a little bit dangerous in the last 20 minutes, you know, of the hour at Pekisa. But yeah, going back to the track, amazing circuit. Can't wait to get back there. Love it.
There are already 18 drivers scoring championship points at this stage of the race, with Neveling and Ranjis being the two big winners so far.
And rumour has it that our current championship leader, Dane Angel, won't be joining us at the next race.
But now it's time to look at what was one of the most exciting races I've ever seen, the 4 hours of PE.
And it always proves to have great action when your championship leaders, Botma and Kruger, start from the back of the pack.
The South African endurance race was plagued with drama. Pre-race favourites Rian Botma and Jeffrey Kruger had engine failure. This meant they had to start from the back of the grid. Undaunted, the team arranged for their spare engine to be driven overnight from Pretoria. Within 2 hours, the engine was in, but that would not be the end of their woes. Another firm favourite, the Tavares Latagan 911 Cup, broke a side shaft in Friday's practice. The team flew in a replacement component which arrived at the circuit at 8 AM on race day. With both favourites starting near the back, it was young Kwanda Mokoena who started out in pole, with Sun Moodley in a shiny new AMG GT alongside. When the lights went out, it was a furious rush to the first corner, where Sun Moodley unfortunately spun out in the Mercedes. He did go on to run the first hour of the race and completed 55 laps. Botma climbed the ranks faster, snatching the lead from Mokoena's Mia's GT4 Audi after just 4 laps, with Tavares in the Porsche quickly making his way up to third. One of the fastest cars on the mixed grid was the backdraft slingshot of Mike McLaughlin and Steve Clark. The pair led for a period, but power steering issues meant that Lategan would later snatch the lead. Endurance racing is a race of attrition, but that didn't stop the Class E backdrafts from racing each other like it was a sprint race. Inside the cars, it wasn't all roses and champagne for many of the teams though. Mayer, Waltz and Harvey were forced to nurse the car's brakes and suffered a puncture along the way. Harm and Baron Pretorius had a strong performance run to 6th overall. A minor off wasn't their only problem though.
Looks like I drove over my son's foot. Or not totally drive over it, but the car stopped on his foot. So yeah.
Oh goodness. Okay, so
it's great for today. You know, that's all we need right now. Now he's got a sore foot, I think, but I think he's all right. At least he's driving well, okay. So I think it's all right.
Ellison and Radloff were running low on fuel, but a stellar drive from both drivers made sure they ended up in first of the backdrafts and 4th overall. Cape Townians David and Roberto Franco with Danny van Nicke qualified their Graphic Supply World Volkswagen Polo Super Cup to first in Class D with a smooth, consistent performance. Benjamin and Christian Morgenroot had legend Ben Morgenroot in the car with them, but were plagued with mechanical issues all weekend. They did, however, finish the race in a respectable 4th in class. Brian and Tony Martin drove a great race in the backdraft until the prop shaft donut broke, which cost half an hour to fix, dropping the backdraft founders to 12th overall. After a torturous 4 hours for some, Hein Lategan and Tavares brought the BBR 911 across the line closely, followed by Steve Clark and Mike McLaughlin. Mokoena and Mia brought home the GT4 in 3rd and took 1st in Class C, with Ellison and Radloff taking the hotly contested Class E honours.
Fantastic week, fantastic 3-4 days. We had some drama yesterday or day before. Managed to get the car ready. The car ran beautifully thanks to our team and obviously Hein's performance. I started, he finished. It was a perfect weekend, and being back in PE, it was lovely. I love this track. Both of us like the track, and a number one is always a great thing to achieve.
The car ran perfectly. I mean, he did a great first stint. He got the car from the back of the grid up to 3rd, and then it was a long stint. I had to do 2 hours 15 minutes. So I think we're going to be stiff in a day or two's time, but it was a great drive. We'll still do Pakisa with this car, and then hopefully, if everything goes well in East London, we hope to have a new one.
Yeah, it was tactics. The pace was very fast in the beginning. We chased, and then we said, nah, let's use our head a bit. Then Chris put a fantastic middle stint in, and that put us in a position to play the tactics at the end. And it was literally touch and go. All 3 of us could have run out of fuel. One of them capitulated and did an early pit stop, which gave us a little bit of time, but still, we had the reserve light on for the last 20 minutes. On the radio, they were screaming, come, pit lane's going to close, do a stop go. But we rolled the dice and, we drove the car down the pit lane, so that's good. I think that's Backdraft's idea, which we all support. So of the cars that are identical spec, Class E backdraft production cars, the idea is the tactics and the driver and how you can set the car up. And and I think we're getting it there. There's been hiccups along the way, but Red Star was also the same thing. Red Star was very close. We got the victory by a very small margin at Red Star, and it was 30 seconds at the end, but could have been 30 seconds the other way. Yeah. Everyone in the series is good. There's hundreds of good drivers, so we'll do our best, but everyone else does their best, and that's what racing's about. Eh? At the end of the day, we had fun. We're smiling at the end. That's what it's for. So thanks to everyone.
Yeah, great race, great team. Thanks so much to Colin for the ride. Normally the mechanic helping, but today I was lucky enough to be in the seat, and can't wait for the next one. I don't think much at all. The fuel light had been coming on for about 20 minutes, so there wasn't much left.
It's a 1 hour race that takes you 3 hours to get to the start of it. So you got to pace and get yourself in the right position for the last stint. And we did that, but 3 other guys did as well. All 3 of us were together in the start, we were all together at the end. And I think a bit of luck played our part, because the other guys got a puncture. They had to change a wheel or something, and that gave us some breathing space. Otherwise they should have won it. They were quicker on pace overall. But
yeah, it was an awesome day. My partner here, he drove like a champion, right? Many seconds quicker than me every lap, and I'm so happy to be part of his team. And really, very quickly, thank you to the organizers, to Isak, Kolile, Wayne for putting it together, Eric as well. I know behind the scenes, yourself, Kriya, running up and down the pit lane the whole day. Thank you very much for that, right? I think the spectators, thank you to them, and all the fellow competitors. The guys in the Cobras put on a great show. We had the Porsche, we had the Polo, the Ligier. Unfortunately had a bit of trouble, but I think anybody who finished this race, we are all the winners for today, for sure. And thanks to my family's support back home, we really appreciate it. So yeah, thank you PE for having us, and we look forward to coming back soon.
Yes. Thank you to everyone who made this possible. The atmosphere today was incredible. Seeing all the spectators and fans just made it so much better. And it's also to Uncle Mo for bringing the car home and being the best co-driver.
Thank you, son. Thank you.
It just shows that anything can happen now that Ellison is leading the championship in a backdraft.
Especially considering that Lataghan, Tavares and Mokoena have confirmed their participation for the rest of the series.
Don't forget, this weekend is the SA Virtual GT, also happening right here in PE.
So for myself, Kriya Ganga and Ernest Page, we'll see you just before the race in the Free State. But for now, we're closing with a few words from co-founder Isak Spies.
Yeah, I think in terms of planning, and I think of what came together here, the organizing, the officials, just the track. I want to say thank you to PE. For a wonderful event. It looked like the public supported us, and it just came together. And I mean the weather, it's fantastic. So we have no wind. PE is full of wind, but we have no wind. So what a pleasure. I think it came out for us very well. We're very happy. Thank you for the public of PE for supporting us, and I can only say thank you. I think that's very clear. I think what comes out with our live coverage is that people can see it from anywhere in the world. I think our social media is taking off with a bang. I think I think the magazine was launched this morning, and what a magazine! People, please read it. It's fantastic. It's so interesting. You could see your favorite driver. You can actually relate to them. So from that perspective, follow us, please. We like the likes, and also I think we're on Instagram now. It's important to share our experience, our excitement, our do's and don'ts with you, and that way we all learn. And I can just say to my team that do this, you're excellent. You're doing a good job. Now, well, the next leg's obviously Pakisa. There's some challenges still. We're trying to get the tar resurfaced. We're hoping to do it still. So it's still a bit of negotiation. But if it doesn't happen, most probably we'll find another track. But we'll let the people know what's happening, and we can't wait to go race there.